The scum kick in Madden can be really frustrating, but I don't even think it's the best kickoff to use. I'm going to break down the scum kick and what I think is the best kickoff to use in this video. Hey, this is Time Bomb, and if it's your first time checking out the channel, hit that subscribe button to catch all the updates. Thanks a lot for joining me today. I'm doing my breakdown on the scum kick and generally my kickoff tutorial. This is what I think is better than the scum kick. But first, let's break down the scum kick. And you might not know exactly what the scum kick is. So it's typically a sky kick that is just inside the sidelines. So if you let it go, then your opponent could actually get the ball and it won't go out of bounds. It looks like it'll go out of bounds, but it's actually gonna stay in bounds, so you have to pick it up. And because it's in that area that's kind of weird, if you do pick it up, you risk just running out of bounds immediately, or also because it's usually a tight end or a weaker player who's getting it in that spot, you could give up a fumble. So it's a scummy thing to do, and I'm gonna show you the basic way to do it. This year I do find it's different because it changes exactly how you press it depending on the wind, which is more random, it seems, in the stadium that you are. So I guess if you're in a dome and it's more controlled, then you could probably have it on lockdown. But here in practice mode, we're outside, we got a 3-mile-an-hour wind against us. I'm always using a right-footed kicker. This all would be reversed if you were using a left-footed kicker. And depending on the power, it's gonna vary a little bit as well. So what I do is I hold it all the way to the right side here, and I'm not getting any vibration. So I know I won't go out of bounds if I hit it perfectly. So I want to try to get it closer to out of bounds, and I'm going to hit it at about 50% to try to do that. Oh, that's too much. I wanted about 60% there, so we'll see. I guess it shouldn't. Oh, it's going to stay in, so we actually have more room. It didn't quite get as close there, but we line up a hit stick. He's going to return it to about the 30, so that's not great. You can see with the scum kick, it's a little bit less controllable this year. Ooh, that was a faster kick arc, so I think going out of bounds here is okay, yeah, not enough. This is a kick that I like. This is the kind of kick that could really lead to a hit stick fumble because he's only got like one blocker in front of him there. So let's try for about 50% again. See how this does. I think we're going to be on the numbers. We need to get, oh, it's a little more of an angle, but he's not quite running out of bounds like we'd like to see. There we go, nice hit stick kind of lined up there. He makes it to 30 still. Let's try a little less if we can. Like, oh, still couldn't get it. I'm looking for like 50, 60% on the way back, and we're getting a little closer it seems, but I still want to get it a little tighter, try to make him really just run out of bounds as he catches the ball. That's the like ideal way that you do. Oh, that's gonna be way too much. Really tried to anticipate that one. How does that should not be in? Okay, so I don't think it's possible really in this circumstance to keep it in like I'd like to really show it. So let's try to do this other scum kick though, where it goes this just on normal, and about the same thing where I've got about 30% there, and there it's going out of bounds. So this is kind of one, it's kicking it a little deeper, and it's the same idea. Except your opponent's gonna have to catch it. He's not gonna be able to avoid catching it. Let's see if we can get this one in a little bit more. I kind of was a little softer on the power there, so that might help a little closer, but still out. I think this time I should be able to get it where we want it. And okay, we'll see here. This might be a little too middle. Oh yeah, it is too middle. But again, this is a kick that I like, close to the end zone. Just boom, right there. Basically can line up for a hit stick. They're gonna get back to the 25-ish on a good return. They shouldn't be able to get any more than that. Okay, that was pretty crazy. That was like 90% and then like 60. Yeah, just out of bounds. That's kind of what you're looking for, where he's almost is forced to catch it though. I'll put it back onto a normal kick. Booter. Oh, this looks decent. Let's see if this one's gonna pin him on like the 5. Ah, almost. Shoot. See if he would just, that's what we're looking for. See if he had tried to catch that, he would have automatically gone out of bounds. That's basically what this deep scum kick is gonna do. Ooh, this looks pretty dirty. Oh, still too much. Let's see here. I just need to get a little, just the right combination. And I mean, this is a good thing. I think they made the Scum kick a little bit harder to get so precise this year, unlike last year. So that's better to see. And that's why the Scum kick is not as good. It's not as consistent as it was in years past. Like, here, I'll try the Sky kick again. And, you know, you got to play around with it. You got to trial and error. You got to do it once, be a little short, go a little further. Like, it is tough to just see it. But you can line up some hit sticks like for this. But what I think the best way to do a kickoff, to lead to hit stick fumbles and give you the best chance to get the ball back is, like I've been saying, is to put it all the way over, but to just hit it normal or maybe let off just a little bit so that it's kind of going just outside the numbers. You know, if you're kicking it normal and it's going deep, it should be on like the 1 yard line, just inside the numbers there. And that's the kind of kick that's going to make it tough for your opponent to return, where they're kind of thinking about not returning it. If they leave it, it might not really bounce well into the end zone. Just this kind of thing where, boom, you're just going to make your first contact on the 20 on that kick. That's the kind of kick that you want to make. If I'm going to do a Sky kick, I'm doing the same thing. I'm trying to put it inside in the middle, you know, like on those numbers. So then I've got less blockers. You know, see, that wasn't inside enough. That's inside the hash marks. He's going to get better blocking than we'd like. He's not going to get outside on us, but he's got a good running lane up the middle when you do it that. That's a bad example. I want the Sky kick to be more like this here. I'm going to put it a little more outside. Right there. That's good. On the numbers. See, look at this. We got 3 guys running in here. Mostly on nice moves to beat me. But you can see, he barely got to the 30. We should have been able to make a big hit stick closer to that. And that's what I like out of a Sky kick, really. Just putting it on those numbers. A little closer inside to the end zone. A return where they think they might be able to make something happen, but they're not really going to be able to. There we go. Get this outside man. Boom. See, you make that hit stick in game, you got a way better chance of causing a forced fumble. And again, when I go deep, something like this, you know, you just want to rocket that ball inside and really just like, he doesn't want to return this one, but he's forced to. He can't really let that go. And then you're barely going to get to the 25. I think, and if there was only going to get one blocker on those 3 guys, basically, so you should be able to get at least one hit stick attempt between those 2 guys away from the blocker. So I think that's the best way to take advantage of your opponent on the kickoff. I got a lot of gameplay footage here too. We see this one here, we're seeing some Sky kicks. See, we see 100% and about 50%. And this one, see, it's going to pin him right. He's going to abandon it altogether, but it's not going to go out of bounds. So his other AI is going to come over and pick that ball up. Lucky for him, if he didn't, my guy would have gotten it first. Here we see another Sky kick. I'm going about 100%, and that was closer to about 40% on this one. And I get another great kick. You know, he clicks on, it's the tight end running out. Those 3 guys, see, 1, 2, 2 of them in there on the hit stick. I'm not able to get the fumble, but that's what's going to work. Here we go. Again, another Scum kick. It's going outside. This tight end's getting, I don't know, is that, yeah, it looks like a tight end. And, you know, I get the hit stick, but not getting the fumble, even though he's getting there. It's just, I don't know, if they made it so that the likelihood of a forced fumble is less on those on the side. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm definitely not seeing as many forced fumbles if I get it. I'm seeing weird ones like this where he's, you know, not returning it right and wants to let it go. So I guess that's the scummy part of it still. But you're definitely a lot harder to get forced fumbles, which really is what you're looking for, I think anyway. I mean, it's one thing to put them in a bad position. Obviously, you want them to have in a bad position, but getting the forced fumble, getting the ball back, getting an extra possession, that's the key in Madden. So here we see these ones in game are some great, just normal kicks, and I'm just kicking it a little bit weird. And you see there, look at that one on the 2. That's the dirtiest Scum kick. Hard to do, and a high chance that you're just going to put it out of bounds. But if the game's on the line, that can be a time to go for it. I wouldn't recommend it. I think you're better off to go for the other kicks that I've suggested, but there's a time and a place to at least try it, that's for sure. It's when you're doing it all the time, that's when it becomes truly scummy. You know, it's like doing an onside kick when you need to and getting it, that's okay. But if you onside kick all the time, come on, what are you doing? So now we're going to take a look at some of the kicks that I'm liking. See, you see 100% on this one, and this is going to be a deep kick. Yeah, just on the 5. See, between the numbers and the sidelines. He wants to let it go. He can't. And look at this. We're going to get a safety on this play. Just on that weird kick on the 5. Normal kickoff on the 5. Boom. It's going to make someone make some dumb decisions sometimes. Here again, we get perfect kick. and going over to the side again, right in between the 10 and the numbers, and he's going to play it a little weird. He's got 2 blockers with him and still gets good blocking, but we got 2 guys in on him eventually, and they're going to get the hit stick fumble. That's the kind of kickoff that I'm seeing so many more hit stick fumbles with. So I think you should try these out. Look at this one, another one perfect. Between the numbers and the sidelines, around the 5, hit stick fumble. First man in there is going to get it. Honestly, I should be getting a lot of touchdowns on these hit stick fumbles, but I don't. So here's the way that I like to do the sky kick. Again, I'm going about 100%, maybe just short. Depends on the wind and the stadium that I'm in. And this one's a little closer to the numbers, but the extra sky kick gives it a bit more time, so then you can get to it. And I'm going to run that. No, how am I not running that back? But still, at least I'm getting the forced fumbles. And yeah, just like I said, 100%, right on the money. So I've changed the way that I've been doing my kickoff. I don't go for the scums at all. I don't really think you should. It is just like a lame tactic to use. And just going for the normal kick, I just think it's the better way to go about it, and I think it's going to have better results for you. So that's my breakdown on the scum kick and the best way to do the kickoff. Thanks a lot for checking out this video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I've been Time Bomb. You guys have been awesome, and I'll catch you guys later.